First Contact Protocol. Captain Ilara Reeves stood on the bridge of the UES Artemis, staring into the void beyond the reinforced viewports. 20 years of deep space exploration had hardened her against the emptiness, but something about this particular stretch of darkness at the edge of the Orion Arm made her uneasy. "Captain, sensors are picking up something," Lieutenant Commander Haruki Nakamura said, his voice dropping as he studied the holographic readout. "But the readings don't make sense." Ilara crossed the bridge in 4 quick strides. "Define, don't make sense, Commander." "It's registering as both there and not there. Mass readings fluctuate between 0 and something equivalent to a small moon. Temperature readings are impossible." Haruki's fingers danced across the console. "The quantum resonance detector is going haywire." The Artemis was humanity's most advanced exploration vessel, equipped with technology that had helped map 3 sectors of previously uncharted space. If its sensors couldn't make sense of something, that something was either malfunctioning or beyond current human understanding. "Visual confirmation?" Ilara asked. "Nothing on standard spectrum. Attempting multiband imaging now," replied Ensign Sophia Chen from the science station. Her eyes widened as the main viewscreen flickered to life. "Captain, you need to see this." The image showed what appeared to be a fleet of ships, if you could call them ships. They resembled massive crystalline structures, each one refracting light in ways that made them seem partially transparent. They moved with impossible grace, leaving no engine trails, no radiation signatures, nothing that would suggest conventional propulsion. 13 vessels detected, Chief Tactical Officer Marcus Wells reported, his dark skin glistening with sweat despite the bridge's climate control. "Configuration unknown. No match in any database. They're just sitting there at the edge of the system," Sophia added, "almost like they're watching us." Ilara felt a chill run down her spine. "Open a channel. All frequencies. Standard First Contact Protocol." Communications Officer Diego Ramirez nodded, his fingers moving with practiced precision. "Channel open. Broadcasting in all known languages and mathematical sequences." Minutes passed. The bridge crew waited in tense silence. "No response, Captain," Diego finally said. "Keep broadcasting. Add our location data relative to Earth. Make it clear we're peaceful explorers." Another 10 minutes passed. Still nothing, but Diego paused, frowning at his console. "There's something. Not a response exactly, but our signals are being absorbed. Not reflected, not ignored. Absorbed." The science officer's station suddenly emitted a high-pitched alarm. "Captain, the fleet is moving. Accelerating to..." Sophia's voice faltered. "That can't be right. They're exceeding our maximum sensor tracking speed. They're coming straight toward us." "Battle stations," Ilara ordered, her voice calm despite the adrenaline flooding her system. "Defensive posture only. No aggressive actions." The crystalline fleet approached with terrifying speed, then stopped abruptly, forming a perfect sphere around the Artemis at a distance of exactly 10,000 kilometers. "They'd surrounded us," Marcus stated unnecessarily, his hand hovering over the weapon's controls. "Hold fire," Ilara commanded. "Continue broadcast." The ship shuddered violently. Every screen on the bridge flickered, then displayed the same message. "Human vessel identified. Capabilities, ASCESSED. Primitive. TUANTUMCUMP8IBALIT. Unexpected. Pluro-CEED EXAMINHON. They're scanning us," Sophia reported, her voice rising in panic. "But it's not like any scan I've ever seen. They're somehow examining our quantum wave functions. Captain, they're looking at us on a subatomic level." Ilara gripped the command chair. "Can we block it?" "I don't even understand how they're doing it," Sophia admitted. The message on the screens changed. ANOMALYDETCCE. Humans, UTI lies QUANTUMUNCERTINT. primitive species should not possess this ability. 3T reassessment required. What are they talking about? Diego asked. Dr. Evelyn Reed, the ship's quantum physicist who had been silently observing from the back of the bridge, stepped forward. They're talking about our brains. Human consciousness, all biological consciousness, exists partly because of quantum effects in our neural microtubules. It's what gives us free will, creativity. They're surprised we have free will? Marcus asked incredulously. No, Evelyn said slowly. They're surprised a primitive species like us has it. To them, quantum manipulation should be a technology we're centuries away from developing. The ship rocked again, harder this time. They're probing our drive system, Sophia reported. The Shaw Fujikawa quantum drive, Evelyn whispered. It's based on quantum entanglement principles. They're not just scanning it. They're trying to understand how we built it. Another message appeared. Contradiction, TETCTEG. Biological QUANTUM, Awarian ES+, technological QUANTUM, manipulation equals NCOMVATIBLE with DEVLPMENTL tiny line. COM10 uses humans are ENOMALOUS, are ESPONSEs. Ni tutorialize ANOMNALI. The crystalline ships began to glow with an intense blue-white light. They're charging weapons, Marcus shouted. Evasive maneuvers, Ilara ordered. Full power to shields. The Artemis lurched as Lieutenant Commander Raj Patel at the helm executed a series of random jumps, a standard evasion pattern. But the alien vessels moved in perfect synchronization, maintaining their spherical formation around the ship. They're anticipating our moves, Raj said in disbelief. It's like they know what we're going to do before we do it. The first attack came not as energy weapons or projectiles, but as a wave of distortion that passed through the Artemis's shields as if they weren't there. Systems throughout the ship flickered and died. They're targeting our quantum drive specifically, Evelyn realized. They're trying to disable it without destroying us. Ilara turned to her. Why? They want to study us. We're an anomaly to them. Marcus slammed his fist on the console. So they can dissect us at their leisure. Not happening on my watch. Wait, Evelyn said, her eyes lighting up with sudden insight. If they're attacking on a quantum level, that means they're using quantum principles themselves. And quantum systems have inherent uncertainty. In English, Doctor, Ilara demanded. They're calculating everything perfectly, too perfectly. No quantum system should be that predictable unless... Evelyn rushed to her station. Unless they're using quantum computing at a level we can't comprehend. But all quantum computers have the same fundamental weakness. Genuine randomness disrupts them. How does that help us? Raj asked. The old emergency beacon, Evelyn said. The one from the 21st century that uses actual radioactive decay to generate random numbers as an encryption key. Ilara understood immediately. The museum piece in Cargo Bay 3. Can you modify it to broadcast on all frequencies? Not just broadcast, Evelyn said, already heading for the lift. If I can amplify it enough, we can create a bubble of true quantum randomness around the ship. Do it, Ilara ordered. Marcus, be ready with everything. We got the moment they show any weakness. Raj, plot the most complex, random escape route you can imagine. I want jumps that make no logical sense. As Evelyn worked in the cargo bay, the alien fleet began a more coordinated attack. Systems throughout the ship failed one by one. Life support down to 60%, Sophia reported. Hull integrity compromised on decks 5 through 8. Weapons are offline, Marcus added grimly. Ilara opened the shipwide comm. Dr. Reed, we're running out of time. Almost there, Captain, came Evelyn's strained voice. The problem is power. This thing was designed to run on a handful of AA batteries. Chief Engineer Lai Wang's voice cut in. I'm rerouting emergency power directly to the cargo bay. You'll get your juice, Doc, but it'll fry the device after one use. One use is all we need, Evelyn replied. The ship shuddered again as another attack hit. The bridge lights died, replaced by the red glow of emergency lighting. Shields at 12%, Sophia reported. One more hit like that, and we're done. Dr. Reed. Ilara pressed. Now, Evelyn shouted. A wave of energy radiated from the Artemis, not an attack, but a sphere of pure quantum randomness generated by the amplified decay of a small amount of americium-241 from the ancient emergency beacon. The wave expanded outward, engulfing the alien fleet. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The crystalline ship's perfect formation disintegrated as they jerked and tumbled in seemingly random directions. Several collided with each other, shattering into thousands of glittering fragments. It's working, Marcus exclaimed. Their coordination is breaking down. Weapons are back online, Sophia reported. Target their propulsion systems. Narrow spread, Ilara ordered. Raj, get us out of here the moment you have an opening. The Artemis fired, its relatively primitive projectile weapons striking 3 of the crystalline vessels. Instead of deflecting off shields as expected, the projectiles passed straight through, causing catastrophic internal damage. Their defenses are down, Marcus said in amazement. They're completely vulnerable. They never needed conventional defenses before, Evelyn explained, returning to the bridge. Their perfect predictive capabilities were their defense. Without that, they're just very pretty glass sculptures, Raj finished, his hands flying across the helm controls. I have a clear vector, Captain. Shaw Fujikoa Drive is spooling up. Get us out of here, Ilara ordered. As the Artemis prepared to jump, a final message appeared on the main screen. Human ANOMALY. Re-evaluating. Human ORTHODOX evolution. DETKT. Primitive technology producing true enthusiast. Evacuating. We will meet again. Then the quantum drive engaged, and the Artemis vanished into the depths of space, leaving behind a fleet of advanced alien vessels disabled by a 300-year-old emergency beacon. The impossible victory. The Artemis limped through subspace, its quantum drive operating at minimal capacity after the desperate escape. In the ship's conference room, Captain Ilara Reeves faced her senior staff across the table, the holographic display between them showing the extensive damage report. Let's be clear about our situation, she began, her voice steady despite the exhaustion etched on her face. We've survived an encounter with a technologically superior species that considered us an anomaly worthy of dissection. We escaped by the skin of our teeth using a museum piece, and according to their final message, they're coming after us. The quantum drive suffered severe damage during the attack, Chief Engineer Wong reported. We're operating at 38% efficiency, and that's after emergency repairs. We can make short jumps, but anything more will risk a catastrophic cascade failure. Weapon systems are at 60% capability, Marcus added. Shields at 43%. If they find us again, we won't survive another direct confrontation. Dr. Evelyn Reed tapped her datapad, projecting a complex quantum equation into the holographic display. I've been analyzing the data we collected. These beings, I'm calling them crystallines for now, exist partially outside normal space-time. Their technology isn't just advanced, it's fundamentally different from ours. They don't just use quantum principles, they practically are quantum principles given physical form. How do you fight something like that? Diego asked. The same way we did before, Evelyn replied. True randomness disrupts their predictive capabilities. The problem is, our little trick with the emergency beacon won't work again. They'll have adapted. The conference room fell silent as the implications sank in. So we run, Sophia suggested. Make it back to human space, warn Earth. Ilara shook her head. At our current speed, it would take months to reach the nearest outpost. Based on what we've seen of their propulsion technology, they could intercept us long before then and lead them straight to humanity's doorstep. Marcus added grimly. No thank you. Lieutenant Commander Nakamura, who had been quietly studying the sensor logs, suddenly straightened in his chair. Captain, I think I found something. He manipulated the holographic display, showing a visual recording of the alien fleet's movements. There's a pattern here. The crystallines move in perfect synchronization, until they don't. When our randomness field hit them, Evelyn nodded. Not just then, Haruki continued. Look at this footage carefully. Every 73.2 seconds, there's a barely perceptible lag in their movement pattern. It's microscopically brief, but it's there. Evelyn leaned forward, eyes widening. They're sensing up. These aren't individual ships. They're nodes of a distributed intelligence. Every 73.2 seconds, they realign their quantum states. A vulnerability, Ilara said, hope creeping into her voice. Potentially, Evelyn agreed. If we could force a desynchronization during that brief window, we could shatter their collective consciousness, Haruki finished. The tactical officer frowned. With what? Our conventional weapons barely scratched them. Dr. Reed's eyes lit up with sudden inspiration. The quantum drive, not as a propulsion system, but as a weapon. Chief Engineer Wong paled. You're talking about deliberately inducing a quantum cascade failure. That would tear a hole in subspace. It could destroy us along with them. Not if we detach the drive module and launch it at them, Evelyn countered. Programmed to destabilize at precisely the right moment, during their synchronization window. A quantum bomb, Ilara mused. We'd be sacrificing our way home. But potentially saving Earth from a threat it can't possibly understand yet, Marcus pointed out. Ilara stood, decision made. Begin preparations. In the meantime, we need to find somewhere to make our stand. Somewhere that gives us tactical advantages. The search didn't take long. Just half a light year away, sensors detected a dense asteroid field surrounding a neutron star. A chaotic environment that would naturally disrupt quantum predictions. It's perfect, Haruki said as the Artemis approached the field. The radiation from the neutron star will mask our signature, and the asteroids will provide cover. And if we position ourselves correctly, Marcus added, we can use the neutron star's gravity well to amplify the quantum cascade. For 3 days, the crew worked tirelessly. Engineers carefully extracted the quantum drive module, converting it into an impromptu superweapon. Scientists mapped the asteroid field, identifying optimal ambush positions. Tactical officers prepared what conventional defenses remained. On the 4th day, the sensors detected what they'd been dreading. The crystalline fleet, approaching at impossible speeds. Battle stations, Ilara ordered. Everyone knows the plan. We get one shot at this. The Artemis powered down to minimal systems, hiding in the shadow of a massive asteroid as the alien fleet entered the system. Without the quantum drive, they were effectively stranded, committed to this final gambit. They're scanning the asteroid field, Sophia reported from her station. Methodical search pattern. They know we're here somewhere. Hold position, Ilara commanded. Let them come to us. Hours passed as the crystalline vessels moved through the asteroid field, their perfect formation slightly disrupted by the chaotic environment. The neutron star's intense radiation seemed to affect them, causing occasional fluctuations in their otherwise flawless coordination. They're approaching our position, Marcus warned. 3 minutes until they're in range. Ilara nodded to Dr. Reed. Final calculations. Confirmed, Evelyn replied. The modified drive is programmed to destabilize 72.8 seconds after launch, just before their synchronization window. The subspace rupture should catch them at their most vulnerable. Communications, Ilara said, turning to Diego. Any response to our broadcasts? Diego shook his head. Nothing direct, but there's something strange. One of the crystalline vessels is broadcasting on an unusual frequency. It doesn't match the others. Put it through, Ilara ordered. The message wasn't in words, but in mathematical equations, complex quantum formulations that scrolled across the screen. Dr. Reed stared at them, her expression shifting from confusion to shock. Captain, it's a warning. One of them is trying to communicate with us. A warning about what? About the others. This equation describes a quantum hierarchy. If I'm interpreting this correctly, the crystallines aren't a single species. They're a collective of different quantum-based life forms, and one faction disagrees with the decision to destroy us. The equations continued, more urgently now. They're telling us our plan will work, Evelyn translated. The quantum cascade will shatter their collective consciousness. But they're also warning that it will create a subspace rift that will expand beyond our calculations. It won't just destroy them, it will sterilize this entire sector. Can we modify the device? Ilara asked. Evelyn's fingers flew over her console as she ran new simulations. Yes, but we'd need to deliver it differently. Instead of a single massive cascade, we could trigger a series of smaller disruptions, target them individually. That would require precise targeting from multiple launch points, Chief Engineer Wong objected. We'd need to split the drive into components and launch them separately. Or, Diego interjected, we could ask our new friend for help. Ilara considered for only a moment. Open a channel to that ship. Mathematical response only. Show them our modified plan. Diego transmitted the equations. Seconds later, they received a response, a simplified equation that Evelyn immediately recognized. They agree, she said. They're offering to help us target the others. How do we know this isn't a trap? Marcus demanded. We don't, Ilara admitted. But our alternative is mutual destruction. I'm choosing to believe that even among quantum-based crystal entities, there are those who value life over dogma. The crystalline vessels were now just minutes away from discovering the Artemis's hiding place. Working frantically, the engineering team modified the quantum device according to the new plan, dividing it into 7 smaller components. Ready, Captain, Wong reported. Launch sequence initiated, Marcus confirmed. Our ally is in position. The 7 quantum devices shot out from the Artemis, each on a different trajectory. 6 were intercepted by the friendly crystalline vessel, which then accelerated away from its companions, redistributing the devices at precise coordinates throughout the asteroid field. They're in position, Sophia reported. Detonation in 3, 2, 1. Unlike the catastrophic explosion they had originally planned, the coordinated quantum disruptions were subtle, ripples in the fabric of space-time that spread outward, perfectly timed to coincide with the crystalline's synchronization window. The effect was immediate. 10 of the 12 hostile vessels froze in space, their perfect crystalline structures vibrating at increasing frequencies until they simply dissolved, their component particles dispersing into the void. It worked, Marcus breathed. 10 down, 2 remaining. The 2 surviving hostile vessels turned toward their traitorous companion, weapons charging. But the Artemis was ready, launching its remaining conventional missiles. With their quantum synchronization disrupted, the vessel's defenses failed, and the missiles struck home, shattering them into glittering debris. Silence fell on the bridge as the reality of their victory sank in. Open a channel to our ally, Ilara ordered quietly. This time, the response came not in mathematical equations, but in carefully formed English words. Great HFY he indeed. Dominancy he or RCHY broke in. Freedom HCIEV'd. Humans equals human expdctdallis. ReQUEST communication continuation. Ilara smiled. Tell them we accept their request, and ask if they might be willing to help us get home. We seem to be missing our quantum drive. The response came immediately. HFY Galaxy Mutual ingenuity and anticipate human and QUNTUM creativity plus TRYSTALINEQUNTUM manipulation equals synergistic potential. New ERA begins. As the friendly crystalline vessel approached the Artemis, its structure shifting to dock with the human ship, Elara turned to her crew. "I think," she said with a tired smile, "that we've just made first contact. The real kind." Dr. Reed nodded, staring in wonder at the approaching crystalline ship. A species that exists partly in quantum states, capable of manipulating the fundamental forces of reality, and they're impressed by us. By our unpredictability, Marcus noted. Our randomness. Our humanity, Elara corrected. Sometimes the greatest strength isn't in being the most advanced or the most powerful. It's in being the most human. As the crystalline vessel connected with the Artemis, transferring data and energy in ways human science had never imagined possible, humanity took its first step into a much larger universe, not as conquerors or victims, but as partners. Different, unexpected, anomalous, and all the stronger for it.